welcome to my channel. This is for the Isle of Aurora and Animal Crossing, and in today's video I'll be showing you my daily routine on my island. Now when you open the game, you obviously get Isabelle first thing, and she will tell you your announcements, tell you if you've got any visitors, or if you've got anything happening on your island, which may be meteor showers. But today I've got Nook's Cranny has been expanded, so I will show you the shop later on. The first thing I do in the morning once I've gotten out of my house is check my mailbox. There may be some mail from your fellow villagers, Happy Home Academy, the Nook Mileage program if you've ordered something using your Nook Miles, or if you bought something from the shop using the ATM and the resident services. I then go to check my pockets and open my presents I've been given, and then I will go into my house and put them in storage so that I have more enough space for me to carry out my morning routine with minimal amount of things in my pockets, even though I do have the expansion pack for the pockets. But if you do not have the expansion pack for the pockets, I would advise to put the things you don't need in your storage, so you have enough room in pockets to collect things that you can sell at Nook's Cranny. Now, as always, I start by shaking my trees. So I go to the left-hand side of my island and down to my beach, the bottom of my island. And I start from the bottom and work my way up. So I do the up arrow on the left-hand side of the controls and select my net. I will then go around and shake all my trees. As you can see, branches have fallen, but alongside branches you also get 5 times you'll get wasps, 2 times you'll get furniture drops, and 10 times you'll most likely get 100 bells dropped from the trees. As you see, a bell has dropped, so I pick it up, and above it, when I pick it up, it'll tell me how many bells I have picked up today. If I have more money in my pockets, it should add on to my existing amount. But I'm starting from scratch today. Also, there's a star-shaped thing on the floor, which means there's a fossil, so I grab my spade and dig it up. If I already have the fossil, I will get them. Well, I'll get the fossils assessed, and if I already have the fossils, I will sell them to Nook's Cranny to get more bells, or I'll sometimes put them on Nookazon if I want to. I do have Nookazon, so if you want to see a video of me explaining how to use Nookazon or how I'm finding Nookazon, please let me know in the comments down below. As you can see, I've got furniture. I'll put that in my storage and check it out later. If I don't like it in my house, I will then again list it on Nookazon to be sold for bells I can use to buy other furniture or things I want. I use my ladder to climb up the cliff so I can be able to get the trees near my house. In this section, if branches do fall, I will pick them up because I do have, as you can see, flowers growing nearby. I also check the cliffs behind my house that I've built using terraforming. These are not likely to have wasps or anything, but I've never had wasps behind my house at the moment, but you never know. Next thing I do is go into my orchard. Now I usually tilt my camera angle using the Joy-Con stick on the right hand side of the console so that I'm able to see what I have dropped. So I go so I'm above angle so I can see what has dropped on the floor. such as branches or coins, or when I'm picking my fruit. And if I miss a fruit, I can easily see it and spot it, pick it up. So then I can take it to the shop and sell them. I will go back in later on and pick up the branches of the whole cleanup for the island, and then I put the branches in my storage. Because you use the branches obviously to make your tools if your tools vanishes. Now, in a moment, you can see why I use a net whilst shaking my trees. Because in this particular tree, there's a wasp nest. Now, if you don't have a net with you, then you're going to get stung by the wasp, which is not fun. So then you'd have to use bells or buy medicine if you don't have any on hand. But as you can see, I've picked up the nests because I also sell them along with the wasps to Nooks Cranny, because you can get bells for your wasp nests. I slowly make my way around the island, so I start at the bottom on my left, work up to my house, and round up top, down to the right hand side of my island, and then across the middle. So then when I'm across the middle, I'm near Nooks Cranny, and it's not... if I have full pockets, I can just go in and sell my items, basically. As you can see, we're going through my villager section, which I've just recently constructed. I put all... So on the top there's 5 villagers' houses, and on the bottom there's 5 villagers' houses with waterfalls in between. Now you can see a rock. I will normally wait till there's fruit to get rid of the rock so I can move a villager into that space eventually. So hopefully next time the rock will be gone and the villager's house will be there. Now if I do see clumps of weeds, I will pick them up because you get money from him. Yesterday I had Leaf, who is a sloth, who sells flowers. I was selling my clumps of weed to get more money. And now as you've seen, my net poofed. So I go back to my house, go into my pockets, and select the materials I need to help recraft my net. So I check in my DIY, see what tools I need in order to construct the tool. Now for your nets, you will need 5 branches to make a flimsy net, and then you'll need 1 nugget on top of your flimsy net to make a regular net. Now if you want, you can use the customizing tools to customize the colour of your nets. Sometimes I don't bother because I know it's going to poof away again. So I keep crafting, and then the next one should be my net. And once I've finished, I go back to my house, and put the materials I do not no longer need back into my storage. So then I have enough pocket space for anything I collect on my daily routine, so I can sell. And I move my net back to the top so I don't mistake it for something to sell later on. Now I quickly run back over to where I just finished, which is on the right hand side of my island, near my bridge. as you can see, all my festival stuff is still out from festival. Because I'm waiting for my house to have a basement, really. So I can put them in the basement of my house. But that'll be quite a long way, so I might just put them in storage. If you'd like to see me decorate my new room in my house, leave a comment down below. Another furniture item, which I will then check in my house, and if I do not want it, I will again then list it on Nookazon. In the background then, you saw a glowing hole. That is money you dig up. So then, in places when you get a golden hole, you can put money back into that hole, and it will essentially make a money tree. So you can put however much you want into the hole. Whether you'll either triple in money or don't. There's Stitches walking around. I've recently just got Stitches using an Amiibo card. And the Amiibo portal and the resident services. You can see all my mystery grab bags that I've set aside from Nookazon. I'm going to climb and get another fossil. Because sometimes if you got cliffs and stuff, they will tend to be in cliffs and hard to reach areas. So you just gotta run around your island in areas you don't think there will be, there probably will be. You get 4 fossils a day as well on your island. So I have double time running around looking for these fossils. To the right of me is a secret little waterfall with a fountain, and to the left is where my rose field patch is at the moment, along with my pumpkins. I have 2 batches of pumpkins because I didn't buy the pumpkins at the same time. I replanted some of them to get more pumpkins, so they grow at different rates. So tomorrow I'll have another batch of pumpkins, whilst the other batch grows again. As you can see, we have a piece of fruit left because some trees I've had to move about by using fruit, and the fruit grows in different days. My native island fruit is apples, but I also have pears, peaches, oranges, cherries, oranges, and coconuts. So I'm running around checking for more fossils. Ooh, a balloon! So I'd quickly get my slingshot and try and get the balloon to see what it is. 9 out of 5 out of 10, it's more iron nuggets, which I don't really need. Iron nuggets. So when I go to the Nook shop, I just leave them in my pockets and I'll put them into my storage later on. As you can see, I'm running around looking for the last fossil. Or fossils. I think there's 2 left to find at the moment. Found one. Maybe I should start tracking down this end of my cliff. Never do, because there's no trees or no flowers whatsoever, so it's the perfect space for a fossil to spawn, basically. Me always getting stuck. Now down there is the path to my secret beach. Beforehand, my house and my village's areas was one conjoined cliff, but I lowered it, destroyed it using terraforming, and created a path to my secret beach, which is at the back of my island. If you'd like to see a proper island tour, also please leave a comment down below. I may not need to do one since I'm running around like a headless chicken. That's showing you my island. I'm pogo stick over to the other side. Sometimes I really can't be bothered using a bridge, so I use my pogo stick. Which then leads me to then ruin flowers. The little picnic blanket there. Ah, bingo, found it. Right outside the museum. I've got horrible aim. Now my next step is to go see Blathers and to get him to assess the fossils to see if I have any fossils. Most days I find fossils I already have, so that's a bonus for me because I get to sell them. Which means more bells. Looks like we've added to our collection today, which is the first for a couple of weeks. I think I've got majority of the fossils. It's mainly just, I think I need to get more bugs, more fish, more art. Got one artwork in the art gallery at the moment. So now the rest of the fossils I can now sell at Nook's Cranny, which is my next destination, I think. I sometimes let Blathers tell me facts, but if I'm in a hurry or busy, I'll say no thank you and carry on with my day. Now what I don't show in this video is part of my daily routine is to go into Abel's and Sisters and to go in the dressing room and find clothing that I do not have and like. As you can see, I've collected more Nook miles for getting my fossils assessed. Time to sell things. Oh no, wait, pumpkins. But can not forget the pumpkins. Your pumpkins also bring in more bells because they're not native to your island, since you buy them off leaf. Here you see me using the camera angles so I can see my pumpkins and help water the pumpkin patches I've just picked. It's time to sell. Here you see me select all the items. I unclick the items that I accidentally click on, which is my furniture and my fossils. And my clump of weeds, because I'll collect them because I can use them for a DIY recipe to build hedges, which I've used in my village. Now I always check the cupboard because I want to see the plant, what flowers they have, what umbrellas they have, what wallpapers and what flooring they have. Now in the first Nook's Cranny, your options are limited, but once you've upgraded you get more and more options given to you. Here I'm checking the flowers if I already have any. If I see one thing I like, I'll just buy it and put it back into my storage later. I checked my daily bulletin board and it's just say that Nooks Cranny has expanded. I checked my Nook Miles, see if there's any, if I've gained any Nook Miles through the daily Nook Mile task or just general Nook Miles I've collected from achieving certain things, such as talking to certain villagers, fishing a certain amount, catching bugs a certain amount. Now it's time to bash me rocks. Or is it? No, seashells first. I go around coast to coast and collect all my seashells, which I then also sell. And if there's big enough fish, I will go fishing for fish to get bells as well. If the fish are tiny, 9 out of 10s, I don't bother fishing for them. I hope I get big fish, because then that means you get fish an oarfish, a red snapper, a sturgeon, sea bass. Even though you always get a sea bass if they're massive fish, because sea bass is a bane of my life in Animal Crossing. Just watch me struggle here. Now to fish, you press A in your control. It'll fish for you, and then you let the fish come to you. And once it pulls it under, you just hit A a million times, and it'll pull the fish up. As you can see, it goes round in circles. Coast to coast. You'll also get a message in a bottle, which always comes with a DIY recipe. Now, if I have the DIY recipe already, I'll put it in my house, and then I will put it on Nookazon, but I don't have a jungle wall, so I'll add it to it. Here is Gulliver. He's just... It's either Gulliver or Gulliver. Gulliver the pirate or Gulliver Navy Pelican. In the background you can see a play gym that I've acquired from using my Nook Miles. I'll go along pier, check if there's any fish, and if you see bubbling in water, that means it's a deep water diving creature. It's an underwater creature. I don't always deep dive for creatures. Maybe I'll do a video on deep diving, because if you're lucky you can get a pearl, or if you get a scallop and then Pascal comes, and if you trade him the scallop, he'll give you a gift in return, which is something to do with mermaids and a pearl. It reached the top and back of my island to my lighthouse. And to Nooks Cranny again to sell. To get my bells, which I will then later put in my bank, the ABD, in the resident service. So because then I can see how much money I have, and then I can limit the amount I use to spend on moving villagers or certain personages from Nookazon. And it also doesn't take up massive amount of space in your pockets if you deposit your bells, because you can't put your bells in storage, you can only drop them. Oh, now it's time to hit my rock. Now when it comes to your rocks, you'll have one morning rock every day in your island, maybe the same rock, maybe a different rock, but if not, then you'll most likely get stone, clay, nuggets, maybe occasionally a golden nugget. I keep my golden nuggets Because if I come across a golden DIY and I'll want it, I'll just use my golden nuggets then. So I'll pocket them and store in. I then put all the clay nuggets, stone and gold nuggets in my storage, because you use them for DIYs, use them for tools, to help make tools if your tools go poof. Now here's my money back. Depending if you haven't got anything in the way, you'll get like 400 bells, and then bags of money of 2,000 bells. But as you can see, I had flowers in my way, and I cannot dig or bash a rock to save me. Some people dig holes behind them so they stops them from moving, or a fence, which I've done for some of my rocks. But yes, again, when I get fruit, I will eat a fruit and smash that rock so then I can move stitches to that spot. Because he's the other villager who's not in the village. For the islanders. Now, if I see any flowers that are spawning, I will water them, because that makes other spawns and it makes them grow. If you can, get your friends to come over to water them, because then if you're trying to get hybrids, 10 times out of 10 you will get hybrids with other people watering your flowers. Entering my house and checking my Nook Miles, collecting my Nook Mile points, so I can buy possibly furniture or Nook Mile tickets to go to an abandoned island. And then I put everything into storage to keep my pockets minimum, so then if I go back out and collect things, more space. You can't store DIY recipes, you can only learn them or drop them. So here you'll see me drop it on the floor, because why not? Go upstairs, check my new room out. I recently just acquired this room. I will be changing it to my bedroom, so then the back room is just an extra room. And then that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bells, and comment down below on what you would like to see in the future. Thank you. Bye.